Star Trek The Next Generation may have rolled a 1, but we still get great Dungeon Master tips to up our games. But first, let's break down the episode. Shades of Grey is currently the lowest rated episode of TNG on IMDb. It was the Season 2 season finale, which originally aired on July 17th, 1989. While on an away team mission, Commander Riker is injured by an alien plant. He gets a thorn to the knee. You see, the plant poisons animals, so they die near it and fertilize the soil. So now Riker is infected. He is eventually transported back to the Enterprise, where Dr. Pulaski and Counselor Troi realize that Riker's emotions affect the plant's poison and can be cured by stimulating certain memories to create the right emotions. Shades of Grey is infamously a clip show. Riker's memories? Yes, they are all the money shots from the first 2 seasons. So this episode is full of reused footage and some old jokes. This episode is somewhat of a wreck, but in my opinion, it is far from the worst episode. I am not sure what series IMDb users are watching, but there are a lot worse episodes, and let's just say some take the cake. Season 2 was cut short by a writer's strike. The amazing episode Q Who went over budget, prompting cuts on Shades of Grey. Apparently the studio just asked for a shortened schedule, but they demanded another episode instead of ending the season early. And so we get a clip show. So how does this episode help us become better dungeon masters? Let's look at some elements. First, carnivorous plants. Not earth-shattering by any means, but it's still a good solid trope that we can use in our sessions. Plus, poisoning PCs is always fun. But the plants could be used in interesting ways as well. Maybe near the plant is the dead body of an adventurer who has a notebook. The notebook contains story hooks, adventure ideas, dungeon maps, things like that. There could be magic items on the decaying corpses nearby, and the players have to figure out how to get past the quick vines that sweep up to try to stab them with the thorns. Number 2, Dungeon Masters need to remember to give the characters things to do that they are good at. Alright, so in the episode we see Data does science. He also catches the vine using his super reflexes, which only he can do. Dr. Pulaski does doctory stuff. Troi uses her empathic abilities to determine Riker's emotions to help find the cure. Also, Geordi uses his visor. These last 2 examples prove the point. The writers obviously forgot Troi had empathic abilities and Geordi had a visor in later seasons because those were hardly ever used again, and they became bland characters. So if Dungeon Masters forget what their players' characters are good at, they become bland. So we are going to remember to give every character a chance to shine and do something that they are good at. Rogues need to do some thievery stuff, wizards need to do some magic-y stuff, and so on and so on. Number 3, flashbacks. Now, I'm not talking about flashbacks to past sessions like Riker's memories were to past episodes. What I'm talking about is when there is some downtime, say the characters are sitting around a fire or they're drinking at an inn, let the players use these moments to role play. Have each player roll a d4. 1 equals a love lost, 2 equals a failure, 3 equals a success, and 4 equals a goal. Then the players take turns going around the table and telling a story from their character's backstory that the others at the table do not know about. 4, if a player is absent, having your character in a coma for the whole session isn't fun. But if you're not there, who cares? If a player is going to be absent for a session, have them poisoned by the plant. The other players will have to find the cure. Now, you can make the cure whatever you like so it fits into your world if you don't have an empath by to read somebody's emotions. Whatever it is, just make it memorable for the players that are there. And then also that player, when they are back the next week, they will love hearing about how the other players saved their character's life. And that was 4 D&D tips from the worst rated TNG episode.